how young is too young to teach children about money, savings, and budgeting?
There is no such thing. My daughter, who is, if you visit my website, you'll see she's up there. She's partnered in. She's 8 years old, and I've been working with her with money since she was about 4 years old. If she
Okay, so tell us, 4 years old, what did you teach her about money, savings, or budgeting at 4?
At 4 years old, it was more or less rewarding her with effort. And so I think that you should give your children commission tiered up based on their age. You know, a 4-year-old values a penny. Any money is a lot of money to them. And when you begin to introduce money to them and take them to the store and allow them to make purchases for themselves, it makes them feel empowered very early. They understand what money means. And I knew that my daughter was ready because one day I was, going to the bank, and she's very observant. She was probably about 3 years old, actually. And she watched me go into an ATM, and initially she thought I was at like McDonald's or something, because she rolled down her window. She was ready to order. And then she watched me put the money in the bank, and she's like, or get money out maybe. And she's like, So the next day I'm dropping her off, and I would pass my bank every day. And she said, Mommy, can we go to McDonald's? And I said, do you have any McDonald's money? And she said, well, you could just get it out of the bank. And I said, well, you have to put money in the bank to get money out of the bank. And she said, okay. So the next day she said, can we go to McDonald's? I said, well, Jordan, when you get money, you go to work and they pay you, and then you put the money in the bank. And so the next day she said, Mommy, did your job pay you for your work? And I said, trying to figure out where is she going with this. And I said, yes. And she said, well, can we go to McDonald's? So I said, Jordan, when you get your paycheck, you have responsibilities. You have to pay your bills first. Mommy has to buy food to make sure you can eat and groceries. The very next day, we're riding by the bank again and McDonald's again. And she says, Mommy, did your job pay you? I said, yes. She said, did they pay you 2 monies? I said, why? She was like, so you can pay your bills with the 1 monies, and then we could get McDonald's with the other. I said, you know what? I'm going to get you some McDonald's, because with that rationale, you thought that all the way through. But that's how I knew she was ready. She was digesting little things that I was telling her, and this is at 3 years old. So little by little, I've given it to her, and she said, right now, she's trying to save up to $200. She's got $150 in her little bank, and we have little banking systems set up for her. She has a bank that is her spend. That's for impulsive. Mommy's going to the store. She wants to come with me. I don't buy her things. She has her save. I let her do this thing called pre-shopping. We go to the store. She looks for something specifically she wants to save for. And she has a savings chart that as she does her chores, she divides her money up and puts some money in the spend, some money in the save. And then she has a give bank. I encourage her to really take in giving now before she feels like it's all hers. And she can give to whatever we want. We'll come out the store sometimes and she'll see, someone who's homeless or maybe a charity, and they're wanting, something, and she wants to know if she can give. Absolutely. She can use her gift to be kind to her friends and just buy her friends a bag of potato chips. But I really wanted her to have that. And then she has this last bit, which is her Mommy 401k. This one was big for her to understand. Mommy 401k, I match her penny for penny, but it's a long-term investment. She's not allowed to pull that out until she's 18. If she's willing to put money in her Mommy 401k, I will match her whatever she chooses to put in. That's a risk for me, because if she chooses to take her whole allowance, which she's not allowed to do, she is required to put at least 10% in give, and some in her save. But if she did, I wouldn't have to match it penny for penny. And the moment she gets that epiphany, she's going to own a car by the time she's 14.
All right. So you just threw a word in there and you kind of just floated over it, but I'm a really good listener and I really like the pre-shopper. Mm-hmm. That concept, can you talk a little bit more about this pre-shop? Is that a specific day, like once a month, there's pre-shopping, or are you already out shopping and you say, well, you can't get it now, you just got to pre-shop? Like, how does pre-shopping work? Tell us about that.
I do my shopping without her, but when she's hit her savings goal, we go and we purchase whatever she saved for. The very next trip I take, because you have to keep your kid, everybody, not just kids, everybody has to stay motivated. I take her to see what she wants to save for. And sometimes it's a toy, sometimes it's a bathing suit, sometimes it's an activity. Sometimes she wants to save for amusement park tickets. But if it's a store, it's an item in the store, we take her to the store and I let her walk up and down the aisles. And the reason why I have her do this is because I want her to think about opportunity cost. I don't want her to just throw out something randomly. There's so many things, I tell my daughter, I want you to think about what you really want the most. You might say you want this Barbie doll, but if you keep walking down these aisles, you might find something more valuable for what you're saving for. You're working for this. So that's an important step. And it also teaches her patience. And it satisfies instant gratification. So she might go to the store and really want this doll, but when she's written it down that this is what I want, she kind of feels like she got it. It's already hers. And that helps curb impulsive shoppers. One of the things that I do pre-shopping is I just save it to my wish list in my cart. It's crazy how it has the same feeling of actually buying it. Simply writing it down that I want this one day. So that's her version of a wish list, is pre-shopping. Walking around, doing the research, looking to see what's the best price, where am I getting the most value, discovering that maybe I don't like this so much after taking time to really, really look at it. And then, once you've gotten it, put it on your vision board and working for it.